Okay, I believe we should get started. Do we have any question, any query from previous session? Any query, any question? Okay. If no, so I'm going to move ahead with this session. Uh, in last session, what we explored in last session, we just talk about RAG model, then oh, RAG model, then we talk about created endpoints, then deploy our model, then we look at Azure Foundry. Okay, so this was the agenda of today previous session. What we are going to discuss today, we are going to discuss in today's session, we are going to create model registry, and we are going to create fast API for this model which we have created in previous session. Okay, so what we discovered in last session, we just talk about RAG model, endpoints, we deploy our model, we also discuss Azure Foundry. In today's session, we are going to create a model registry and going to initiate this fast API for this model which we created. And this model is what? This model is RAG here. Okay, allow me to explore some basic steps here. What we have done in previous session, we just explored this RAG file here, and also we imported our code file. This code file is from git profile. CSV file is already there. Allow me to show that git profile. This is GitHub profile. If you go back here in git profile, the CSV file is there. CSV file content is there. If you scroll down a little bit, you will find this telco customer churn with registry model showing here. With this model, you can see so many columns are there, and if you click on this raw, you will find this is public URL, through which URL you can access this data directly. I'm going to paste this model here. This link here in the chat box. You can come back here in chat box and you can see the same link, same CSV link I have pasted here. If you can see, this link is just here raw dot git content, and this is GenAI and this is diptych fake here. Okay, through this GenAI data set, GitHub, which is already uploaded in my GitHub I created one cluster in order to run this code. This notebook. I need some Spark cluster. This cluster is basically group of computers or processing memory where we have dedicated processors and we can run our code with parallel machine and so on. Am I audible? Am I audible properly?
Yes, yes, I can.
Okay, thank you so much. Once our cluster is ready to run, we can run our code notebook here. That code will automatically create this folder and upload CSV file from GitHub. This will mount your GitHub profile, which we have run that code here. We just come back here at catalog option and you will find your CSV file is mounted here at this location in catalog. Previously it was known as Data Explorer in Databricks, but now it's called it's a name as catalog. Now we have these credentials. In that file, you need to provide these credentials. How would you create, how would you get this credential? Allow me to show that part here. I'm going to jump my Azure portal. With this portal, I'm going to open my Azure OpenAI. With this OpenAI, I'm going to open my Azure OpenAI. Inside this Azure OpenAI, I'll have to create a model, a resource. This is resource group 1, and then I'm going to keep it reason name any, for example, Azure OpenAI DevOps. This would be leveraging standard SO pricing tier, and then click next and next. We don't need to change anything here. Wait for green flag. This is review and submit. You can create this OpenAI service. Why do we need this OpenAI service? Because we want to access those keys and endpoints. You want to access some credential here. If you look at this point here, we need OpenAI endpoint, our Azure OpenAI endpoint. Also, we need key. So we will find both these credential from that OpenAI. So this will take Azure OpenAI, our OpenAI key, and API version. And API open key endpoint will be there. Let's wait a couple of minutes. Here we are good to go with this OpenAI tool, and I'm going to open this model. Can you see? This is Azure OpenAI DevOps, which we created here. And if you look at here, this is keys and endpoints. This is resource, which we created just now. And if I open this keys and endpoint, can you see? This is key 1. So I'll have to copy this key here and going to, let's say this a key equals to colon and just paste it here. This would be my key. Of course, you will have to hide this key, but I'm going to delete this resource as early as possible. So I can keep it in a local. On bottom, at bottom, you can see this is endpoint. You need to copy this endpoint and paste in your notebook as well. So this would be endpoint equals to quotes and paste it here. So we need two credentials which we copied from our OpenAI resource. This is first and foremost. Okay. Now go back here in our tool. With this model, we need to install our OpenAI. We need to install our Databricks vector search. We will be using in upcoming code here. And then we will have to restart our Python kernel because they have newly started this model. GenAI with Azure Databricks RAG system, you need to load your CSV file. Here we have CSV file link. If I copy this link here and paste it in new tab, I'll find this data set. Can you see this data set is already there? Till here, do we have any question, any query?
What we are going to achieve out of it? I mean, if you could just tell me one line. I missed
Uh,
out.
can you say it again?
I mean, what we are going to do actually out of this data and using a play.
We are going to import this data first and foremost. Then we are going to delete rest of the columns and going to keep only this question and answer on the last two columns. So this
Okay.
data we are using from very first session. If you watch the recording, that we from since very first session we are using this data set. So
Yes, yes, that
currently,
that is correct. That is correct.
yes. So we are going to remove other columns, keeping question and answer only.
No, but that is okay. That's nothing to do with the AI, right? Where AI will come in.
AI will give answer. You will ask ancient, you will ask any random question with RAG model using that Azure OpenAI. It will give answer on the basis of your data set,
The answer will
database
be
here.
taken from answer column.
Yes, answer will be from answer column and not from Azure portal or not from that inbuilt AI or anything.
But AI model does not work in this way, right? There is no answer. I mean, you might not know which question will come from the user, right? So there is no specific answer you can store in any database.
No, I'm going to put some question and then answer will be out of this column.
So your question is not matching with these 10 questions that you could see in the rows,
No,
right?
it's not 10 questions. It's not 10 questions. It's a more than 10. If you look at here, okay.
For example, you have 1,000
Just
questions and 1,000
yes,
answers, right?
yes.
And for example, the question that you are putting, it is not in among these 1,000 questions. Then it will not work.
It will not, but similar answer it will provide. It will find similar vector
Ah,
search or it will find them. This is why we are looking for vector search.
okay, okay. It
So
will
it will,
find the pattern out of the answers.
yes. It will
Okay,
analyze your entire column, answer column, and will store some history, will store some reference, and on the basis of these context, it will give that answer.
okay, okay, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, once we have loaded this data set in proper question, let keep and answer columns, remove other columns, and I'm going to display this question here. Okay. Now we are going to create Azure OpenAI client, which is just using endpoint and OpenAI. And using this OpenAI, I'm going to uh, use this saving the update and new data frame in ADLSS Parquet storage. Why Parquet storage? So that my reading and writing operation would be fast. My partition would be very quick. My data lake facilities or Metastore or similarly data warehousing would be smartly used. So I'm going to leverage these services out of this this ADLS and Parquet storage format. But you need to let me check is my compute resources there. Yes, it's in running condition. So I can show my current catalog. You need to mount your catalog again. Why? Because you don't know to which catalog this notebook or this workspace is mounted. So you need to display all the catalogs here. How you can see, if you go back here in catalog option, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 8 catalogs are there. But if you look at your catalog, so 1, 2, 3, 4, only 3 or 4 catalogs are available. Can you see? It's a displaying everything here. 1, 2, 3, all 8 catalogs are naming here. So it's your choice in which catalog you want to mount. So let's say I want to mount in catalog July 22. So this is here, catalog July 22. Inside this catalog, I have n number of database or schema, and inside each schema, I have several tables. So I'll have to mount this database also. So I'm just using this catalog. just displaying all the database inside this catalog July 22 only. So if you expand this, expand July 22, you have one, two, three, four databases or schema. So if I run, you can see one, two, three, four database names are displaying here. Now again, question here, to which database? So it's again your choice. Mostly we keep it in default, but if you want to create some custom database name, you can keep it here as well. So I'm going to use database Sachin DLT July 22, and that would be the best part here. Now I'm going to save my update data frame in Parquet folder, Parquet file. So I'm going to write this here. I'm going to change this art model. This is the correct first catalog, then database, and then table name is there. Then this vector search client is there, which is using my vector name and endpoint and going to display everything here. Okay, now you can check your catalog. It will take some time. So if I check here,
Sachin, can you please go to the previous cell actually?
yes, this one,
What it does? Yeah,
it
vector
is
search
just
client. Yeah.
converting my column name. Here you can see this is vector search. It's a converting my data set into vector format. What does it mean? If you look at here, primary key is my question here. If you look at here, embedding is my answer column. You need to change your column names as well. For example, you want to convert your answer column to embedding or to vector format, so you will have to provide that column name here, else it will throw an error on the screen. This is embedding part, to which embed, this is already defined in Databricks, to which embedding you need to convert. What you need to change only here, you need to give any custom name. Secondly, you need to create your endpoint. I have created the same endpoint here, same name here.
Okay. And this
Then
vector database
just
is
wait.
in. Okay.
Then I'll have to provide my catalog, followed my database, followed my this one, my table.
Table.
But this table is what? This table is uh, not the like not the exact one. Once this code will run, it will take 20 minutes.
Okay. Sachin lost you, I think, right? Sachin.
Yes,
Oh,
I'm
oh
back.
yeah. Oh,
So if you expand this one here, catalog July DevOps DLT. So inside this catalog DevOps GLT, can you see this daptic fake table was the input? If I expand this daptic fake table, if you look at sample data, select compute, compute is running behind, close. Yes, consisting of only two columns, question and answer. But this is my input data set, fake table. If you go up, my uh, fake, if you go here, yes, can you see? This is my input table, fake, that is fake inputs, index, fake table. But if I look at the output table, that is index table, that is fake index. So if I go back here, on the top of model which is already running, if I look at sample data of this index table, if I scroll right, you can see this new table is just generated. This is consisting of vector format of each answer, each entries, I would say. So this is conversion of my answer, not the question. This is conversion of my answer, so that I can have data in numerical format or in vector format. So this
How
piece of
how this
code,
conversion happens actually?
yes, actually this piece of code is converting your data into embedding part. And can you see this vector search API? It's converting your vector search. And here you can see this is your input, this is your output. And this code will take not less than 20 minutes. It took me around 20 minutes. 20 minutes to convert text to vector format.
And what is the concept behind this text to vector? How it works actually in the background?
It background, it converts like so many like complex algorithm is there. You need to go for theoretical part of it. If I find
Okay,
some relevant documents, I'll certainly come back.
okay.
Okay.
And this thing you are storing in the Hive or in other where you are storing these values?
This in managed
No,
data.
no, no, no. Not this is
Which
the
one?
vector thing. Yeah,
No, this column you mean to say?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is in managed data. If you click here, you can see this is consisting in. Can you see endpoint is there? And just call.
But that's okay. But which database it's used here to store that?
And that's I'm looking at endpoints, column, details, permission. No, it's not showing any data set. If you, it's index online, it's a source table, saving endpoint. No, no, that's data source is vector index. Can you see?
The vector index, that's okay, but that's not a database, right?
Hmm.
That's I don't know what it is, but it's not database. There are many vector database in the market. Any of them it's been used here to store the
Might be,
vector?
might be. I'll certainly look at. You want to see
Okay.
like delta kind of this data source?
Delta is also a file format, not this, right? I mean,
Yes.
you it as it is stored in the structured format. In the background, it might have used some concept of the any databasing concept. It might be the
Yes,
vector
that
database
might
or
be.
structural database.
Hmm. So that might be conversion here at service endpoint. You can explore this AAML serving. So maybe you find some details over here. GT large serving endpoint. It's using generate general text embedding, pay per token.
That's the algorithm actually. General text embedding. It's an algo.
Yes,
GT is an algo.
yes. So it's using that algorithm.
Yeah, but question was mainly to which type of database it is actually storing.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe we could figure out later. Yeah, please continue. I mean,
Yeah,
where
sure,
you
sure.
left. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. So here we have converted through source to text to vector dataset, and this would be the input for my training model. Here, if I go down here, so if I find some question, it will give some answer. So this answer would be here. So this is output. If I want to generate component of architecture, so I'll have to generate Azure AI Foundry, click overview and develop models. So again, I'll go back to my Azure OpenAI home, Azure OpenAI, go to Azure AI Foundry, then AI Hub, create hub, select my resource group, select region. I'll selecting Canada. Why Canada? Because so many sources or so many services are not available in this in these regions. So if you look at the documentation part, so they will throw simply saying that few services are not available in rest of the code. Saying. So I'm going to use this Azure AI Hub. DevOps, and then I'm going to next storage. I'm not going to create make changes any setting. Eventually create it.
Sachin, this is what AI Hub does actually.
It's consisting of predefined models actually. For example, GPT or other models. So if you want to add some predefined models as well, so you can add these models. So this is taking advantage of AI Foundry, Azure Foundry. Once it is open, so I'll show. Let me show here. So what we have done, we provided our credential, we created Azure OpenAI. Using this Azure OpenAI, we just ingested our keys and endpoints here. Then we put here in OpenAI client. Now we are creating Azure AI Foundry instance. In this instance, I'll have to create Foundry, and with this Foundry, I can use GPT-4. For example, you want to use some Hugging
Mm-hmm.
Face model. You want to use some Facebook oriented models, or any Microsoft
Mm-hmm.
defined by Microsoft, any this one deep seek model. So
Okay.
we have already defined platform as a service inside this model catalog. Or you want to fine tune your model. So you will be, they don't want to spend much actually. Microsoft don't want this one don't want to use much this one much amount on this platform. So they just created this dialog communication and created this AI on read, so you can directly use this model catalog. So you can use this model, and when this model is on the bottom, you can see what's the purpose of this model, each model, and you can deploy your model, and you can see your model and endpoints here.
Okay.
And can you see so many other things are there in the AI Foundry. You can find your agents, you can choose your existing templates, you can perform your fine tuning. If someone asks like how to perform fine tuning in Azure, so you can simply say that using Azure AI Foundry, I just tune my model.
Acha, okay.
This is very vast platform, I would say.
Oh, huge platform. Huh? Okay.
Huge platform, but
Oh,
this is covering more and morely means most of the models are generative AI based. Here you can
what is the contemporary product in GCP if you have any idea?
no idea. I
Okay.
never visited GCP.
And can you limitize the token amount, token number or something? Else it
Yes,
will.
yes, 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 yes. You can come
eh,
back here in model where we have setting option. I just created this GPT four.
Yeah, yeah,
GPT
accurate it is. Yeah.
four inside this GPT four. I just provided my credential here. Data is stored, replace your name, replace your catalog name which we were seeing, and check your index. It's in running condition. It will be in provisioning, and it will take around 20 minutes to convert your text data into vector space.
This is your slide or what? Actually, that
This is
one is.
slide, yes.
Ah, okay.
So once you have changed your credential, you can see that this is just waiting for initial synchronization, and it will take around I mean, like for you very first time it may take 20 to 25, it depending upon how much data, what's the amount of data is there.
So the Foundry, the model that you deployed in the Foundry, so that is going to be invoked through Databricks. I mean,
Just wait. Yes, I'm going to launch Azure AI Foundry. Inside this Azure AI Foundry, I have so many, for example, I'm going to create, DevOps. DevOps कैसे यार? Foundry. Wait. Launch AI. Okay. Okay. So I'll have to create new project. So I'm going to give search in DevOps. Let's create this first project. Inside this project, I'll create my model.
What it is creating actually here? This is your new
Project,
project you are creating.
kind of folder, I would say.
Hmm. Without that, I think it will not allow the resources, right?
No, you will have to provide any folder, and then inside this folder, you can create as many as models.
Correct. Because it has a
So if
billing
you are
there.
keen to get started now with the generative AI or RAG model or something, just wait. Sorry, extremely sorry. I'm back. So we have created this project inside this Azure AI Foundry. I have so many models. So you need to deploy base model or RAG model. Can you see? So many models are already there. Okay. Okay. Let me show here as well. Model catalog. If you click on this model catalog, you will find n number of model at bottom. GPT, Grok. So they are keep updating this list day by day. If you click on next, you will find more DeepSeek related model and Snowflake related model, Delhi, and there. For example, I'm clicking on this GPT model. So it's giving suggestion this GPT for which version you want to use. And at bottom, you will find what's the purpose of this model. Can you see? This model is used for text generation. This model is for speech to text. This model is used for chat completion. So according to your case study, you need to select this predefined models. Let's say I'm selecting GPT 4.1. Using this GPT 4.1, can you see again? Can you see? I can see what kind of uh, sources or like case study it's going to use. So as the previous GPT model family, it supports 60 key output family, and these are the test cases. And if you go here, you will find this is supported language. It's showing. Now, if I use this model, going to give some search in DevOps, going to copy this name here and provide here. If you can see, this is my model name, which I just pasted here. This is entire pipeline. You need to provide your model name once. Once you have deploy here, connect and deploy.
Can you deploy multiple models?
Yes, you can, but I'm not sure how would you give multiple models here because this code is aiming only for one input.
The next step we might have where we will be calling the same model, but your model name is going to be different from your model when it is called. Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. It is like maybe your model name will be same, but maybe the underlying function will be different, something like that.
Can you say it again?
Okay, maybe the model that you have it, you are so far giving one model.
Hmm.
Mm, correct? No, no, this is not the thing. So GPT 4.1 mini Sachin, the one you created, right?
No, no, no.
Yeah.
I created this one, Touch and DevOps.
Sachin DevOps, yeah.
Yes.
So this model might have underlined multiple models, right?
No,
GPT-4,
it's
Grok.
no, it's only one GPT 4.1 model.
Then what is the point of creating my own model when it is 1 to 1 ratio, right?
No, it's just taking help. Like it's not mandatory. You just use it. I
Hmm.
I just I just run this code without this GPT model. It's already giving that answer. But if you want to add some more complexity or want to add some more features here, then only you need to add here. Without that, this you can move ahead deploying diagonal model or and so on.
So how could I add the new feature to your model?
To my model.
Yeah,
So in this code, you can see this is here we are creating this API and just going in that code. For example, we vector search this one. Can you see? This is my RAG model, and I can make changes here in this code. I can create more and more function here.
correct. That is all. on OpenAI. No, sorry,
right?
all on GPT-4.
Yes. So I'm going to use, and also if you can see, this is going to provide my tokens. Okay, let me click here, details, uh, and request quota, not quota, go back here somewhere. But no, there is some playground. Yes, if you open in playground, you can see their direct option, so you can answer your question. And can you see if you want to deploy, and evaluation is also there. Can you see in this parameter I can define like what kind of message include. I want to make maximum completion tokens, want to change the temperature.
What is
What should be the,
temperature?
what is temperature?
Hmm?
Temperature is that randomness in your response. Use lower, like what kind of response you want to use.
Okay.
Using this temperature and p, this is the combination of your response. So using this temperature and p, you can mold your output. So what kind of output you need, like is it code oriented, or your answer should be poet oriented, or your answer should be theoretical oriented, or your answer should be scientific oriented, or your answer should be for very child, you want to explain to a child. So like you can select your audience kind of. I went here, Google.
So temperature has a value from 0 to 1, and
Yes,
there might be some matrix.
yes, and this is combination of not only this temperature, this is combination of temperature and p. If you look at here, temperature and top p in chat gpt, they have documented here. Yes, code generation you will have to keep 0.2 and zero point 0.1. So this will generate code generation. If you want to see creative writing, chatbot response, code comment generation, data analysis scripting, and exploratory code
Yes.
writing. So these are combination. Top probability and code temperature. So it's your cup of tea. What kind of combination you want to keep?
Okay.
Frequency penalty and all. And token you want to keep it in order to maintain your billing, because your billing is based upon your tokens.
Yeah. Correct.
Now once this part is done, I can save my model. With this same model, this is my model path, and I can answer any query here. This is my test question. So what kind of question I am asking to this model? Going to save my model in my local GPT or like Databricks, and here I'm going to load this model so that I can inference in real time. Now, how would you check this model? If I copy this JSON or this data frame option, go to left here, inside this option here, I can see model. Maybe serving models, because I didn't already, so many models are already generated here. They are in running condition. Don't need to running don't need to invoke by code. You don't need to run. But let me check in experiment. No, I have created all the models. But if you run this code here, it will run your code, and you will find all models here in this list, registered model. Now allow me to use any, yes, existing model. Let's say this is my model, and I'm going to use this model and going to provide this query. In a similar context, you will find your model here, and you will have to click on the serving endpoints. So I'm going to, once it is used, so you can click on this query, and this would be on left hand side. You will have to paste your query. I'm going to delete this one. You will have to paste like this, data frame records, and this would be your query, and your response will be here. If you do not want to use this dialog box, this is just for testing purpose for developer, but you want to create fast API, which we talk about initially, and you want to create like map into an web app or any website or any other thing, you will have to come back here on this tab, Python. Can you see? This is entire code you will find here. Can you see? You can copy this code and you just look at here. Can you down? That code is not here, so certainly you will find that code here, and you can paste this code, and your model is ready to deploy. You can deploy the same model to any web app or any mobile app. You just need to copy this code and paste it there. This is predefined code. Is it connecting?
So you mean you have to run the code to get the output, right?
No. Once it is created, you have deployed, you have created your endpoints, you have served your model, then you can create serving endpoints. So I'll have to create this endpoint. For example, this endpoint is here. This is DevOps, and I'm going to select my entity. So your model will be here. For example, my model. So it will display all your models. So it will list your models here, जो हमने वहाँ पे सचिन नाम से बनाया.
Hmm.
Then, for example, I'm selecting this one and going to confirm. Once it is confirmed, it will take few minutes. Later on, once it is ready, you will have to maintain your tokens. You want to limit these tokens and what kind of version. There, if you have run this code or make changes 3 times, 4 times, so there would be version 1, 2, 3, 4. You can select your latest version here.
And where can I find this dialog box actually to test the model?
Can you see it again?
I mean, where can I find the dialog box?
This one, serving endpoints.
Oh, serving endpoints. There
Uh,
you will get the dialog box.
which one? This one?
No, no,
No, this is
the dialog box, right?
this, this,
The input
just wait.
output.
I'm going to create this. Just allow me. Not supported. Not supported. Please select a different model. Just wait. If you click on this serving, this will be your serving endpoints. And can you see this is running my endpoints, creating my endpoints here.
Hmm.
I can, I just simply used here.
No, but you shown some dialog box, right? Input output dialog box. Some boxes were there, no? You are putting some questions, and right side there was a box.
Okay, so that box will appear here. Once this would be blue, this won't be pending. It will be ready to use. Once it is ready to use, this will be use condition.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see?
Hmm.
Under this use condition, you will find that query or endpoint.
Okay.
It's creating my endpoints. Can
And
you go
someone
down?
wants to
Can you
use the
can,
fast API, then write down in the note.
in the same you will find this API.
Oh,
Just wait couple of minutes.
yeah, sure.
It should be ready. Let me show this. models. Let's say here we are using this model. This model. No. Yes. If I use this existing model, can you
Hmm.
see it's showing use? तो वहां पे भी similar kind of आपको तीन ऑप्शन दिखाई देंगे. You can click on this query,
Hmm.
and can you see now this test box is popping up.
Hmm.
Okay. Now if you want to see fast API code, this is your fast API, and on contrast, if
Okay.
you want to create
So
SQL query,
so the okay, the fast API code, let's come in. This piece of code I have to run in my notebook, or I have to run over here, or where?
over your notebook, which is
Ah,
supporting your cluster, Python cluster and all,
okay. Okay. That's what
right?
I'm
You
saying.
will have to run your in your notebook.
So this find it,
Here,
I have
here.
to add.
Or optionally, you can create a new notebook. Inside that new notebook, you can run that code alone. Here only you can paste this code. That's it. It will run alone. So, but before
Okay.
this, you can see Databricks tokens. You will have to provide your token. So, how would you get the token? Allow me to show that part. Go to settings. Go to developer. Go to access tokens. Click on manage. Generate new tokens. Generate one and copy this token and create here. Databricks underscore token codes. This one. This is the API key.
But it will not. Okay. You have to make it. I think caps, right? Rest is
Yes,
no.
I'll have to make it here. Or simply replace this value to my
With,
token.
yeah. Perfect.
That should work. Maybe some API key. Oh, it's asking my Databricks tokens. Oh, paste URL. Oh, I provided Databricks token at here. Let's see. Can we? Let's run this code again. API key name, passing API key and setting API key. Okay. Maybe I didn't provide my API key properly.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. So tomorrow we will explore more and more concept over this model, and we'll try to run that model.
Yeah. Sure.